Hey yo guys, Fat Lizard Boy here, back at it again with the what ifs. So, if you haven't read part 0, if I do a part 0, I explain a lot of shit beforehand. And go into the intricacies of Izuku's quirk and things like that, and just world building. Now, I didn't really need to do a whole lot of world building, but yeah. I mainly just talked about Izuku's quirk and stuff. I'll still talk about it through parts of this episode. Sorry. Through parts of this episode, but other than that, if you want the full rundown, watch part 1. Watch part 0. It's only like, 6 minutes? It's not that hard of a watch. But nobody fucking watches those anyways. Fucking with you guys. Anyways, let's get into the story. So, basically, Izuku's father is Hisashi Midoriya, and this one, he's not going to be all for one. He's going to be Hisashi Midoriya. But instead, he's not going to be around because of some business meeting. He's not going to be around because he is, in quotations, dead. He's not dead, but he's air quotes dead. You should know what that means, unless you're stupid like me. Anyways, Hisashi's quirk was he could manifest himself in bright areas. He was made out of light, and he could control light and create light and use light as weapons, plural, and make things out of light. And like I said, he was light. His one weakness, though, was darkness. He cannot teleport or manifest anywhere dark. If he was in the darkness, he would feel like he's freezing to death. This icy chill, like you and your insides are being frozen. That's what it feels like for him to be in the darkness. Not in the darkness, but in darkness. That's what it feels like to be Izuku. Not Izuku. Hisashi, if you weren't. Why the fuck did I say Izuku so weird? I didn't even mean to do that as a joke. My tongue just got caught up on myself. Anyways, that's what it's like to be Hisashi if he was in a dark place. Izuku's quirk is the exact opposite. He is entirely made out of darkness, or a shadow, basically. He can manifest himself anywhere where darkness reigns, or is, I guess. And he can make things out of darkness. Weapons, items, things like that, shit like that. And, he can... Okay, so if he's in light... So if he's in any form of light besides infrared... And technically, I guess, technically infrared light and dim light. It feels like he is being fucking burnt. Like, I'm talking... Like, basically, it feels like he's being burnt by hellfire. The only way to physically describe it was, imagine having napalm and white phosphorus burn you from the outside and the inside. Not a pleasant feeling. Now, imagine that were to happen to you, but your nerves didn't burn, so you could still feel all the pain. That's what Izuku feels whenever he's in the light. And technically, that's basically it. Later on, he will get very cool he'll get unique moves and shit like that later on in the series, but he's gonna have to train for that. So anyways, we shall, I guess... There's nothing else to explain before we start. I guess let's get on with it. So, 3 weeks before Izuku goes to the quirk doctor, he's 4 at the time. 3 weeks before he goes to the quirk doctor, his quirk manifests. While he is outside playing with his mother. Izuku's outside playing with his little action figures. His mom, being a good single mom, is out there playing with him. Why does my screen keep going dark? That's fucking weird. Anyways, sorry. My screen went dark for some reason. I didn't know why. Anyway, so Izuku's mom is trying to be the best mother she could for Izuku while being single. Because being a single mom, or being any sort of single parent, single father, doesn't matter. It's tough as shit without other people to help you. And Inka doesn't really have a whole lot of people to help her either. So she is out there being the best mom she can be. It's a struggle for her, but she's trying her absolute damnedest. Like, trying her hardest to be the best mom she can possibly ever hope to be for Izuku. And show him all love and affection any person can ever handle. What? Hang on. That was, oh God. It felt like something went up my nose, but nothing did. That was weird. What the fuck? Oh, God. Now my nose is all itchy. Ugh. It's fucking weird. Anyways. But yeah, Inko's trying to be the best mom she can be, and she's outside playing pretend with Izuku and his action figures. When Izuku's quirk manifests. His quirk is a mutation quirk because it turns him into darkness and shadows. So yeah, technically a mutation quirk, I guess. Anyways, she looks at Izuku, and Izuku looks at her, and they look at each other in the eyes, and Izuku's eyes, they start to turn black towards the back, and they slowly turn black. Inka looks at him like, what the fuck? Izuku, are you okay? And Izuku's like, I'm fine, Ma. He can't finish his sentence. And that's whenever he turns completely dark as night. Then he starts screaming and crying about this unbearable pain that he is feeling. This completely unimaginable burning sensation. And Inko picks him up, rushes him inside, and the second she gets inside and into a dark area, because the lights aren't on because she's outside, obviously, the pain immediately stops. And she sets Izuku down on the floor, and Izuku no longer feels any pain. He's crying, and he tells her what's going on. And so, Izuku kind of blinks a little bit, and he's all of a sudden somewhere else in the house. And he yells out, Mom! Mom! Where are you, Mom? Well, very concerned, And so Inko's running around, where the fuck did my son go? She's very confused. And then she finds him in a closet. She opens it up, and there he is. She just sees two green pupils in the darkness. And she says, Izuku, is that you? And he goes, yeah, Mom, it's me. Can't you tell? Dumb bitch. Yeah, so she calls the quirk doctor over. He shows up, pulls up like, hey, yo, bitch, what's up? And she pays him. And he checks Izuku's quirk. He basically tells you what I told you, right? Oh, yeah, he's night quirk. It's kind of weird. He's the exact opposite of your quotations, diseased, in quotations. No, fuck. He's the exact opposite of your quotations, deceased, in quotations, father. Husband, Adrian, you fucking retard. Oh, God. Sorry. I'm laying on my couch right now, trying to get comfortable. It's fucking cold right now. Anyways. And she, like I said, he just basically tells you what I told you in the beginning of the episode. So, yeah. Inko pays him, and then he fucks right off. Back to the hospital, where he goes and ruins other kids with strong quirks' lives. That's a joke. Nobody better try to call me out for that shit. It was a joke, goddammit. Anyways. God, my nose is still fucking itchy from that thing earlier. Oh, God. Anyways, I say anyways all the goddamn time. Screw it, let's move on. So, we're gonna go ahead and skip a few years. Izuku is now 8 years old, and he's gotten used to his quirk, but he doesn't like it because he can't go to school. He's technically, I guess, online schooled would be the closest thing to say. Yeah, he's online schooled. Bakugo doesn't fully bully him, but he still he still makes fun of him and mocks him and stuff, but he doesn't like full on bully him. God, I keep feeling there's something in my nose. This is gonna last the whole episode, I think, so I'm sorry about that, guys. Anyways, so Izuku has to deal with all this shit, but he did find out some perks to it. When he's in the shadows, he moves unbelievably fast, like faster than you can tell, without teleporting, or manifesting, technically. He's not really teleporting, he's manifesting. Anyways, yeah. So, he moves completely unbelievably fast in the shadows, but in order to move that fast, it takes a lot of fucking energy out of him. Energy that, you know, he kind of fucking needs to do what he does, to get out of bed, to, you know, move around. Yeah, it takes all that shit out of him to move that fast. So, when he's outside, or at night, or just in the darkness, he prefers to manifest into different places, rather than just fucking sprinting so fast it makes Usain Bolt look like a snail. Sorry. I'm not even going to talk about what just happened. We're just going to move on. Anyways, so, I said anyways again, goddammit. Moving on. Izuku, like I said, he can move super fast, but he also found out he has perfect night vision. And he can even see farther at night than he could during the day before he got his quirk. So he can see fucking hella far. He has perfect vision at night. He also has far better hearing. So, also, Inko started to work night shifts because Izuku started to sleep during the day and wake up at night. So, Inko, wanting to spend more time with her son, changed job positions. Now she works a night shift. So she's works the night shift, comes home at night, spends time with Izuku, and then goes to sleep during the day like Izuku does. Trying to spend as much time as she can with her son before, and so, you know, whenever he's up, so she doesn't have to wake him up in order to spend time with him. God, my phone keeps on turning the screen. How do I stop that? There we go. Now my screen won't randomly turn. That's a lot better. So yeah, so now she's home at night. And awake at night, not just asleep. And so Izuku gets bored sometimes while he's at home, and he wanders his neighborhood. And, which, you know, normally letting your little boy wander the neighborhood in complete fucking darkness isn't usually the best idea. But since Izuku can technically go completely invisible whenever he's in the shadows or darkness, he's fine, relatively. So then one day Izuku's out, just wandering his fucking neighborhood, looking into people's windows, catching old grannies putting on their shirts, seeing them saggy ass titties. God, look at the wrinkles. Anyway, shit like that. He starts to go back to his house, and he wants to manifest just somewhere in there so that he doesn't have to walk back. And he can't, because the entire house is lit up. So he manifests as closely as he could. And whenever he does, this shit is about to get a tad bit dark. A tad bit dark. I'm using that to be sarcastic. It's about to get pretty fucking dark. Izuku, sees that the back door is not open, It's not just broken into like the hand, like it's just the door handle is broken and the door's open. It's completely fucking ripped off the hinges into pieces on the floor. But Izuku can't enter his house. Every light is on. Until he hears a sort of a popping noise with electrical sounds. That was the circuit breaker fucking flipping because something must have happened to it that caused it to break. So now all the lights in his house went out. So Izuku manifests into the kitchen where his mom was at last time he saw her. And she's not there. So he starts moving around that bottom floor. And he doesn't see her anywhere. Then he hears a noise upstairs. So he moves upstairs. And his bedroom door is slightly cracked. So he peeks inside and he doesn't see a thing. And he moves on down the hallway. Empty storage rooms, nothing. And then he gets to the second to last room, which is the bathroom. And the door handle is broken. And he opens up the door, and the bathroom is a mess. The mirrors are broke. The toilet's cracked. The fucking shower is messed up in every way. Towels are everywhere. Clothes baskets on the floor. Things like that. Shit is broken. And so that leaves him with the last door. And he's about to open it whenever he hears weird noises. And so Izuku tries to open it, and it's locked. Well, that doesn't matter because Izuku can fucking manifest in different rooms. So he manifests into his mother's bedroom. And whenever he does, he sees something that will stay with him for the rest of his life. He sees a 7.5 foot tall, I guess the closest approximation to it would be a werewolf. Kind of. It's long, it looks a lot like a wolf, it's got sharp teeth, sharp claws and everything. And it's hairy. It's got a tail and shit. And he sees his mother bleeding out of her arms, deep gash wounds everywhere. And it is currently it's currently holding her head in its hands. And that's why she can't talk. That's why all the noise have been muffled. And its mouth is open. Its teeth are bare like it's about to bite into her. And that's when Izuku snaps. Temporarily. And because the entire room is nothing but darkness, besides the moonlight, and Izuku is not affected by moonlight. Moonlight does not affect him at all whatsoever. He's completely unhindered by it. He instinctually, he has never done this before, on pure instinct alone and out of pure rage, the shadows that is now basically the entire room morph into basically nothing but Izuku's pure rage and anger at something daring to hurt his mom. And it is terrifying. The shadows morph into nothing but rows of razor sharp teeth and claws, and they crash onto the beast like a tidal wave, like a tsunami onto a small town, engulfing it completely. And whenever the shadows are gone, why the fuck does my phone keep going dark? Yeah, you shouldn't be going dark. You plugged in and everything. What the fuck? Whatever. That's fine. If it happens again, I'll try to fucking fix it. Anyways, when the shadows start to pull back away, there's nothing there. Besides just some hair it lost. Besides just some loose hair follicles, that fell off. And Inko is still there. She's alive, thankfully. The fucking thing was about to eat her. But now, she's fine. She's just got a lot of deep fucking cuts and gashes. Her outfit's torn to shit, but like, you know, it's still on there. She's got a pretty bad head wound, but you know, she'll live, you know. Basic shit. And so Izuku immediately rushes over and Inko is like, "Give me the phone. Get the phone, Izuku." I don't know how to fucking try to sound like, I don't know how to sound like an injured mother, but you know, just imagine that she's asking Izuku to go get the phone. So Izuku manifests downstairs, grabbing Inko's cell phone, and then he manifests back upstairs and hands it to her. She dials 911, gives them her address, and they show up, paramedics. They take her to the hospital. She's gonna live. Bad injuries. Her legs are all kinds of messed up. They're not like... She has a few broken ribs, and like her right ankle is broken too. Like, but yeah, that's what I meant, ankle. I thought I said wrist for a second. Her right ankle is kind of fucking snapped, so she'll need to go through a little bit of physical therapy, but she will be able to walk again and stuff, but it's gonna take a bit. And so they're like, what the hell was that? And they can't really say that, nobody knows. So they get some people, crime scene detective. Fuck. Stop slurring your words, Adrian. You're not an alcoholic drunk. Anyways, they get a couple of people to go. They get the crime scene all set up and everything. And they find the beast's hair to be all over the place. So they go and then they put it into a machine. It scans it and stuff for DNA, and it matches. And it matches a single man. When I say single, I don't mean like relationship-wise. I mean like it matches one man. I don't fucking know what his name would be. So we're just gonna call him Mystery Man, but like they know who he is. His quirk is like a werewolf. Whenever it's a full moon, he turns into a beast of the night, and he goes out and he's had multiple events like this before. And this, what they would do is they would put on quirk canceling handcuffs, because this would not handcuffs, but they put on quirk canceling like bracelets and shit on him, because it only turned into a mutation quirk on full moons and during the nighttime. During the daytime, it can be canceled because he hasn't turned into the beast yet. It can stop him. But something must have happened to it, and he broke free. So it turns out that he had killed 3 people that night in other neighborhoods, and Inko would have been the 4th if it wasn't for Izuku's intervention. So, you know, thankfully, Izuku learned how to fucking fuck with the shadows and shit. But they ask, where the hell did it go? When Izuku's like, I don't know. And Izuku legitimately doesn't, because he didn't kill it. He knows he injured the fuck out of it, but he didn't, like, take its body and morph it into the shadows or something. He didn't kill it, but he doesn't know where the fuck it is. Oh, what the fuck? Anyway, sorry. Back to the story. They search for the guy, but they never do find him. They think that maybe Izuku might have accidentally teleported him somewhere, but they can't find him at all. Well, don't worry. We'll find him later on in the story. Don't worry about that, guys. But Inko is so happy and so proud of her son for being such a brave hero. He is saying, she's praising him to high heavens and back. But Izuku didn't do it out of trying to be a hero, because at that point he thought his mom was already dead. He didn't do it to save her. he did it to try to kill that fucking thing, and he did it out of rage, thinking his mom was already dead, even though she wasn't. So Izuku doesn't believe he's a true hero, and Izuku feels like he's kind of a monster. Sorry, I had to. Anyway, so yeah, Izuku kind of feels like he's a monster, but he doesn't tell anybody. And so Izuku kind of just has to live with this fact that he tried to kill somebody because he thought they killed his mom. So he basically has this deep down guilt that he's not a good person. He's just no worse than the villains heroes fight for a while, but he eventually comes to terms with it. But he lives with this guilt for a while. And yeah, that's gonna be the end of the official episode 1 because I got shit to do. I didn't realize it, but yeah, I got shit to do now. All of a sudden, I should have fucking planned this better. This is a terrible time. Shit. Next episode will be longer, I promise. But see you guys later.